I knew something like this would happen. She looked ready to drop dead last night.
Don't say that, Crystal.
There's no point in worrying, Debbie. We haven't even heard from the hospital.
But when you collapse like that, it's serious. Probably your heart. Maybe even a tumor on the brain.
Crystal.
Mrs. Meadows. Joe, how is she?
They're keeping her overnight for more tests.
And she doesn't like it. She wants to come home.
Who will do the cooking?
We will. We only have one guest right now.
We better hope we don't get any more. I don't know how we'll manage without Sissy.
Well, it's about time we all learned. You all depend on Sissy far too much. You think she's responsible for running the inn and solving your problems. You put too much of a burden on her.
It's just that Sissy likes doing everything herself.
Well, that has got to change. Is that clear? We all have to start taking more responsibility. We're all adults here.
I'm not.
You're old enough to take care of yourself, and I expect you to do it. Anyone who can should get out. What a bitch. That's all. You can all go back to work now. Debbie, you should get ready for school.
Excuse me.
Brad, Ricky, can you wait a minute? What?
What? Don't you think you went a little bit overboard?
Joe, I just want to make sure that Sissy's going to be all right.
You did hear her say she wants to get right back to work.
What she wants and what I'm going to let her do are two very different things. Brad, Ricky, I need you to move some furniture for me.
Sure.
What's with her?
If Patricia does what she says, there's going to be fireworks tomorrow.
What is that?
Now, don't you give me any argument, Sissy. The doctor said you need some rest, so you're going to rest right here where I can keep an eye on you.
I am not going to sit in that bed like the Queen Mother and let you fuss over me.
He said you collapsed from stress. And we all know what caused that. Ben threatening to kill your family and Ron ending up in the hospital. Rita being arrested and then you being arrested and spending the night in jail.
Worrying about where you got my bail money.
Would you stop harping on that? You're going to have a relapse.
I am going to my room, Patricia, and I want my bed back.
Sissy, please. Just let me look over you for a day or so. You've been looking after everyone else since you've been here, and we all just felt so guilty when we saw you laying there unconscious. Please.
No.
Sissy!
Holly, you don't suppose Sissy will be too sick to cater your wedding, do you?
I hope not, for Sissy's sake. And because I can't wait to be Jerry's wife. Did you get her to bed?
Wasn't easy. Now listen, you two, if she comes anywhere near this kitchen, I want to know. She's going to rest whether she wants to or not.
I think she means it.
Now, will there be anything else?
Yes. This.
Sissy, where did you get that?
From your desk drawer. You convinced me I was at death's door, so I was looking for a pad to draft my will. What are you doing with the gun?
Joe insisted I get one when the money was stolen. Now, may I please have that back?
Not yet. You are going to tell me once and for all, where did you get my bail money?
You can be such a pain in the butt sometimes, Sissy. Now, give me back that gun and get some rest.
You're up to something, Faith Cronin. I can always tell.
Don't you call me that, Sissy. Faith Cronin is dead and buried in the lake. And quit asking about that bail money. You know everything there is to know. Now, give me those bullets.
This just arrived. It says urgent.
Thank you.
Oh, Holly. Is something wrong? No. I hope you're not uncomfortable just because I'm friends with Francis. I have nothing against you. I know. I've got to go. Everything you always wanted to know about Faith Cronin, Ben Cronin, and Tony Osorio, but were afraid to ask. Hugs, Kevin. P.S. Nothing available on Patricia Meadows. Damn it. Police received the tape from the victim's former prison cellmate, Sissy Johnson, currently incarcerated at Women's State Prison in Burntown. What a small, small world.
Listen, my break's almost up. John, do you remember me telling you about my friend I'm visiting, Sissy Johnson?
Yeah, I think that was Faith's friend, wasn't it?
Right. Well, listen, she just got arrested a few days ago for harboring a fugitive. She's out on bail right now, but she's gonna need an attorney.
Are you asking?
I will completely understand if you have to say no. I know with your workload and all, but I won't want you to do this just because I was asking you.
Maria,
But Sissy really needs a good attorney. And, you know, it would be terrible if they had to send her back to Women's State.
Look, Maria, you don't have to convince me, all right? Now, tell me, when can Sissy come to my office?
Well, that's the problem. She just got out of the hospital this morning, and she probably shouldn't be driving for a few days.
Well, I'd be more than happy to see her at the inn after business hours, if that's all right. Tell you what, I could give her a call, or do you want to tell her?
Oh, I don't want you to go through all this trouble.
Oh, come on, it's no trouble. I'll see you, both of you, tonight.
Patricia!
Sissy? Come in.
Hi, Sissy. How you feeling?
Like a prisoner.
She's being impossible, Crystal. And I need to go out for a while, so if she tries to leave her bed, you stop her. By force, if necessary.
You know, Mrs. Meadows, when Crystal and I was at Women's State, there was a guard you remind me of. His name was Fisher.
Oh, Sissy, that Fisher was a monster.
Exactly.
Now, that is not funny, Sissy. I am doing this for your own good.
Hi, Sissy. Feeling better?
Oh, hi, Brad. Come over and sit by me.
Hold it, Brad. She's coming with me.
Damn! Who does that woman think she is?
You know, Sissy, that's a good question. No one seems to know anything about her. I mean, where's she from, Sissy? And who is Mr. Meadows? Is he alive or dead?
How should I know?
Well, you seem to be the only one she confides in.
She doesn't confide in me. She keeps her secrets to herself.
So, it's official. You own the bait shop, and I'm gonna run it.
Congratulations. You can tell the world, except maybe Sissy.
Thanks.
Did something happen to Captain Goddard?
Why would you say that?
Well, people have been wanting to rent boats and buy bait for days now. Nobody seems to know where he is. Last time I saw him at the inn...
Ricky, remember we weren't going to say anything about that?
I was just wondering, Miss Meadows. I mean, he's still not in the cellar, is he?
Why on earth would he be in the cellar, Ricky?
Well, where is he then?
He sold the bait shop and the boats and went away.
He did? Well, who bought everything?
I did. That's why Captain Goddard wanted to talk to you.
Oh, that's wild. You know, I've always wanted to live in a trailer like this. You don't need someone to help you run things, do you, Miss Meadows?
Well, actually, Ricky, I've already asked Brad to do that. But, maybe you can use some help with the remodeling.
Sure. If you can afford it.
Oh, I think I could scrape up a few extra bucks.
Great. See you guys. Mom, guess what I just heard?
Ricky, did you just call me Mom?
Yeah, what's the big deal?
Oh, honey, you just made my day.
Well, what else am I gonna call you, Miss Fox?
Honey, you just keep calling me Mom, and you can say it as much as you want.
Listen, Miss Meadows just told me she bought Captain Goddard's bait shop.
She did.
Yeah, and I'm gonna convince her to get me to run it.
Now, honey, how can you do that? You've got to enroll in high school. I mean, if you're going to stay and all.
I don't need school. Did you graduate?
No, and I've always regretted that.
I bet you had plenty of good jobs without a diploma. What did you do before you worked here?
I was a doctor's receptionist.
Oh, well, before that.
I spent some time in public relations.
See, I don't need school. I just need to convince Miss Meadows that I'm the best man for the job. Right now, she wants Brad.
Hey, Ricky. I've decided to throw out all that old junk in the trailer. I'll need you to start work tomorrow morning at 8:30 sharp. Understand?
Aye, aye, sir. He's only temporary.
All these connections between the inn and the mob and Patricia and the Cronins, they're getting weirder and weirder. It can't be coincidence that Faith Cronin's cellmate is the inn's new cook.
Well, how can you find out for sure?
It won't be easy. Sissy just got out of the hospital. But I've got to talk to her. Hello, Holly.
Hi. Holly, I hear congratulations are in order. You're a lucky woman. I know that firsthand. I hope you and Jerry will be happy.
We will be, whether you like it or not.
I never say things I don't mean.
Like when you tried telling me I ruined Jerry's life? You can say whatever you want now, Francis. You can't hurt me or Jerry.
I wouldn't think of trying.
Francis, what are you doing here?
Karen and I are going to lunch. What about you?
He's probably having lunch with Holly. Why don't the four of us go out together?
I don't think so.
So much for my diplomacy. Come on, Francis.
You all right?
Why wouldn't I be? Francis can't hurt me. Now that I have you, no one can hurt me.
That's right. You better believe it.
I'm fine, Jerry. I'm fine.
Joe. Looks like you're making good progress on the cottages. When will you be through?
What difference does it make? I'm not leaving when I'm done.
That's not why I'm asking. Why are you so hostile?
Why are you staying?
Joe, I'm catching up with old friends. Just had lunch with Francis.
Oh, please.
We can't keep on like this. Look, I can understand your hostility. Maybe I even deserve it. But Joe, I love you.
I think you're a little late, aren't you?
I know I hurt you. I guess I never realized how much until now.
Yeah, well, wounds heal.
I'm trying to say I'm sorry. I was wrong. And I'm willing to spend the rest of my life making things up to you.
Karen, please.
If you please just come back to Chicago, I'd make you happier than you've ever been. Happier than you could ever be with Patricia.
Whatever points that you made with that apology, you just lost with that crack.
You could never duplicate the bond we had with somebody else. Think of all the years we've known each other. Every dream we had in college, we shared. You can't deny we were happy.
I thought I was happy.
That's not fair. I'm willing to change, Joe, if you'll just give me the chance.
Do you know what I would have given to hear you say that just a few months ago? Why are you saying it now?
Damn you, Patricia.
Just for your information, I didn't get that out of one of the prison magazines. My son sent me a copy today.
Oh, well, isn't he a good boy? You want to see him again real bad, don't you, Kat?
Is there any possibility of that happening soon, Officer Fisher?
Well, not if you go complaining about me to Warden Grayson, there isn't, no.
Ow! What are you doing?
Now, listen, someone is trying to get me in trouble with the warden. Now, it could be Nell, see, but then again, it might be you. I mean, what do you think? Bad-mouthing me to the warden, that's going to get her to reverse my orders about your son?
It wasn't me, Officer Fisher. I swear it.
Yeah, well, listen, I am not going to let you bitches ruin things now. I'm not going to let you screw it up because my life, mine.
Good hair, Fisher, huh? Let her go.
No.
Stay out of this, Rita. This is disciplinary action.
You're like hell. I've actually gotten worse since I left.
don't know how you get away with it.
Well, I got to handle garbage like you.
No, really. I figured it just makes you feel more like a man.
Just watch it, Rita. You're gonna have another vacation in solitary, and you don't forget what I told you.
You planning on thanking me? Don't bother.
Don't worry.
Maria can't get back your visiting privileges. And I wanted to go to prison soon.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what I'll do if something happens to my mom before they let me back in to see her.
Don't think that way, okay?
Thanks. I'd better get back to work.
Looks like Brad changed his mind about being serious, huh?
What? No, we're still just friends.
Didn't you take my advice about making him jealous?
It didn't work.
Oh, well, sometimes it doesn't. Besides, honey, it's not like Brad treats you all that nice anyway. There are plenty of boys out there who would appreciate you. Ricky.
I wish I could play hooky from work today. Joe is such a slave driver.
You know, baby, if you were back in school, that wouldn't matter.
I told you, I don't need school.
You say that now, but when you get to be my age, you're going to feel different.
Look, I've taken care of myself for 17 years. I know what's right for me. So stop nagging.
All right. All right. I'm sorry. Listen, got some good news. Debbie just told me that she and Brad are just definitely friends.
I just saw him hugging the other day.
Obviously just a friendly hug. Maybe now would be a good time to ask her to the movies or something.
Well, why do you want me to do that?
I don't want you to. I just thought maybe you might want to.
Didn't you just lecture me about not messing around with girls?
I'm not telling you to mess around with her. I'm just telling you to go to the movies or something. I got the impression that you might like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Come in. Hi.
Hey, is that for school?
Early American Lit class.
Listen, Joe's gonna blow a gasket if I don't get back to work real soon. I just wanted to ask you something real quick. Are you doing anything tonight?
I haven't been doing anything any night lately.
Well, you know how we shook on being friends and all, and friends hang out, and I was wondering maybe if you wanted to catch a movie tonight or something.
Are you asking me out?
On a date? Hell no. I thought you might be bored, you know what I mean, with your mom gone and Sissy sick and all. So what do you say?
Okay, sure.
Great. I mean, I'll see you later tonight.
Sissy, right? We were never introduced. I heard you were ill and wanted to see how you are.
As you can see, I'm fine. Thank you for dropping by.
Joe told me you were friends with the poor woman who was murdered here.
Now, why would you bring that up?
I'm just surprised you chose to live here. Doesn't Cedar Lake have unpleasant associations for you?
There are many pleasant things about Cedar Lake.
I can't understand what draws people here. What drew you here?
Mrs. Meadows offered me a job. Mrs. Holland, if you don't mind, I'm tired.
I heard your friend's lover slashed her face. Is that true?
No, it was her husband. I don't want to discuss this any further, all right?
Of course. Please, before I go, is there anything I can do for you? You could let her rest. I was checking on Sissy's condition.
Well, her condition is tired, if you don't mind.
So long.
What did she want?
She was prying. She was asking about Faith.
Faith? Oh, no, Sissy. She's She's an investigative reporter, and if she thinks she smells a good story, she's never going to let up.
Well, even if you weren't Maria's friend, I'd want to handle this case. You know, to be arrested with as little evidence as Carson had, that's ridiculous.
That's exactly how I feel. I think he should be arrested for harassment.
No, we'll see what we can do. You know, you strike me as the type of person who likes sticking up for the underdog, Mrs. Meadows.
Well, I just don't like seeing innocent people victimized.
It's funny hearing you say that. You remind me of someone I know. Doesn't she, Sissy?
Who would that be?
Well, Faith, of course. She was always sticking up for the underdog. Holly, Maria, she was a very special woman.
She certainly was.
It's too bad you never got to know her.
Come in.
Hi.
Hi.
I am about ready to drop, but I just wanted to come in and say hello before I called in the night.
Well, I think you'll be happy to hear that I'm going to fight these charges all the way.
John, that's great.
But I am a little disappointed in the fact that you're calling it an evening.
Have you had dinner, Maria?
Oh, Sissy, I am just too tired to think about food.
What about you, Mr. Randall? Have you eaten?
No, as a matter of fact, I came straight from the office.
Well, Holly and Crystal cooked tonight, and I'm sure there's plenty left over. Why don't the two of you have dinner?
Sissy, I am just too exhausted. Besides, John, I wouldn't be good company. Maybe some other time. Good night.
Well, I still don't see what's so sexy about Kevin Costner.
Ask any woman. She'll explain it.
He's too straight arrow. It's not sexy.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, well, I guess you like the wholesome type.
That's not necessarily true. I better go. 2 more chapters in the Scarlet Letter before bed.
Don't you ever want to drop out?
No. And you should think about going back
Don't
yourself.
just stand there, stupid. Kiss her.
It's really important.
You think she's hanging around talking about school because she cares about education?
If you don't want to go
She's
to college,
waiting
go
for
to
it.
high school to
Come
college.
on, do it.
Seriously.
Do
I'm
it.
so competitive in the job.
Do it.
My high school counselor said that the average person has 7 different careers in their lifetime. So you need a good education.
You know you talk too much,
What?
but you're still pretty cute. What's going on?
Ricky and I just got back from the movies.
That's right. What's going on with you, Bradster? I'm looking for Maria.
Haven't seen her. We might try our room.
Do you have a minute, Debbie? Alone?
Brad? That's a little rude.
Hey, if he wants a minute with you, fine. I had the whole evening. I'm sure we'll talk when you get back to the cottage, Bradster. Toodles. What are you doing going out with that jerk? Is this to make me jealous or something?
Why would I do something like that? And why should you care if I spend time with Ricky?
You know he's bad news. What do you think your mom would say?
Look, I don't need you to protect me. If you want to do something with me, then just make a little time once in a while.
You are trying to make me jealous, aren't you?
No. I mean, if you really were my friend, you'd hang out with me, not just tell me what to do and who I can see. You know, you don't treat me very nice sometimes.
What?
Well, every time I try to get close to you, you just push me away. And I don't mean as your girlfriend. Ricky doesn't do that.
So little Ricky's your new best friend?
Maybe he is. And if you go home and lecture him the way you just lectured me, I'll never talk to you again. Is that clear?
Well, considering the way you've been talking to me lately, that's just fine. Just juice.
I didn't see you when you and Debbie got home last night. How was the movie?
Fine.
So you had a nice time?
Yeah.
Debbie had a nice time?
Yeah.
You behaved yourself?
Yes.
Honey, I'm sorry. I just wanted to know that things went the way you'd hoped and all.
It was fine. Debbie even wants us to hang out again tonight. You know, I'm pretty lucky.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, no one would exactly call you a typical mother or anything, but I kind of like that. You can relate to me better. Anyways, I'll be at the bait shop all day with Brad, so I'll see you later.
Okay, honey.
Maria, Rick is going to stay. He's going to stay.
He told you that?
No, but I just know. Ooh, where'd you get these?
John Randall sent them to me.
Cedar Lake Inn. Oh, hello. Sure, just a minute. It's for you.
Who is it?
Come and find out.
Hello?
Hi there.
John. Thank you.
Oh, good. You received them. Great. I told the florist that you left the inn early.
They're beautiful, but it really wasn't necessary.
I know. I wanted to do it.
I'd feel much more comfortable if you hadn't.
Why?
John. Look, I don't know how to say this, but I just can't reciprocate. I'm really busy with training and pretty soon with my new job, and I just can't be anything more than just a friend.
Maria.
I'm sorry. I just really need to be honest with you. I hope you understand.
Sissy doesn't want us to delay the wedding even one day. She said we can start planning it the first time Mrs. Meadows isn't watching.
Yeah, well, you just don't get caught. Sounds like Mrs. Meadows will fire you at the first notice of you interfering with Sissy's recovery. Well, I gotta go to work. So you have a good day, all right?
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Jerry's shift starts earlier than this, doesn't it? You must keep him busy, Holly.
He just stopped by to say hello.
Really?
He stops by most every morning.
Why does he have to do that? Doesn't he spend the night with you?
Of course not. We're not married.
Well, my goodness. I must be looking at one of the last virgins in the United States. I just assumed. After all, Jerry didn't wait with Frances.
Jerry and I mean more to each other than that, Mrs. Holland.
Still,
sex isn't everything.
Ready to shop till you drop?
If we were in Chicago, I'd say yes.
Karen, we are going to the city.
So, where's the Marshall Fields? Where's Saks?
And you call me a snob?
Listen, you're gonna love what I just heard. Holly's not sleeping with Jerry.
What?
She admitted it herself.
Did she explain why?
I guess she's saving herself.
I can't imagine. I mean, even my living at home didn't stop Jerry and me. If I know him, he must be climbing the walls.
Or something like that. Pretty amazing he chose her over you, isn't it?
Why are you standing there? Let's go. Not bad, Karen. Even without Saks and Fields.
I always do this when I'm bored.
Can I help you?
No, just walk me up to the door. You know, I better pass on dinner with your parents tonight. I really should work on the story. Why, hello, Holly. We just keep running into you. Are you coming in?
No. I'll call you tomorrow morning, okay?
Bye.
Holly? I know you thought I was being insincere when I congratulated you yesterday. I wasn't. The only thing that matters is that Jerry's happy. If you're the woman who makes him that way, I support you completely.
Thank you.
You really must have some kind of magic. Jerry never would have stayed with me if I hadn't been sleeping with him. I'm sorry. Have I embarrassed you by being so frank?
I'm not embarrassed. It's just none of your business.
You don't have to be ashamed. It's really rather sweet, saving yourself. My mother always told me it made the wedding night more special. Unfortunately, I'll never know. I'm sure you've made the right decision. Maybe if I'd waited with Jerry, I could have held on to him, just like you have. Goodbye. All alone?
You sure are turning up an awful lot lately.
What would you like me to do? Disappear off the face of the earth?
I don't want you bothering Holly.
I wasn't. I was congratulating her on her engagement. Thought I was rather sportsmanlike.
Well, you made her feel awkward.
I made her feel awkward. What about me? I'm the one that got dumped. I'm the one who's alone now.
Frances, you shouldn't look at it that way.
How else should I look at it? What do you think it did to me when I caught you and Holly together exactly one day after we broke up? How do you think it made me feel when Karen told me you can't wait to marry Holly? What makes life so rough for her?
Frances, you're tougher than she is.
You don't think I hurt? Still? Especially when I see you treating her in ways you never treated me. What is it about her, Jerry? What's so special?
Frances, I can't explain that. We've got something that we
You don't
never...
even mind that she won't sleep with you.
How did you find out about that?
Is that her secret? Would we still be together if I'd crossed my legs?
Get out of here.
There must be something that I just can't see. You wouldn't make this sacrifice for just any woman.
I'm not telling you again. Get out.
Don't you ever miss me, Jerry? Come on. You must. You can't tell me that you've forgotten all those times we had in the boathouse. Not for a second.
Don't do this.
If you ever want me, Jerry, if you ever do, you can come to me anytime.
Frances.
I'm not saying that you have to leave Holly, just if you ever want me.
Hey, stop it.
I'm sorry. I'll go now. But what I just said, my offer, I meant it. No strings.
Hey, don't mean to rush you, but we're gonna be late for the movie.
I'm ready now.
Well, it sure was worth it. God, you look beautiful.
Oh, Jerry, I never know what to say to things like that.
You don't have to say a thing.
You better go. We're gonna be late.
Whoa, why don't we just skip that movie?
No.
I'm sorry, why don't we just go?
Jerry. You don't hate it that I want to wait, do you? You think it's the right thing?
Honey, I've told you 1,000,000 times. If it's what you want, it's what I want.
I just want it to be right this time. All the other times, it was wrong.
I know.
It's gonna be different with you. I know it will. Because you're the man I love. The man who loves me.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna do whatever's right for you.
I know you will. I know.
a chance to see you today. How are you?
Crazy. Stay away from me.
Nonsense. You probably just need some company.
Mrs. Meadows is more company than I know what to do with.
She isn't spending the evening with Joe? She really is devoted to you.
To a fault.
Did you work together before this inn?
No. I cooked in a nursing home.
Really? So you and Patricia met at Cedar Lake. Where did she live before coming here?
Obviously, I didn't make myself clear yesterday. Mrs. Johnson needs bed rest, not visitors.
Patricia.
Out.
Listen, I can understand why you don't like me. But why slap me in the face for wanting to help a dear friend of yours? I did used to run this inn. I could be very helpful.
I wouldn't
to both.
think of asking, Karen. Good night.
Please let me know if there's anything I can do.
You didn't buy that Angel of Mercy app, did you?
No. She was asking questions again about us.
Following up on her questions about faith. I don't think she's shooting in the dark, Sissy. She can't be.
So, how much does she know?
Mother's milk.
I hope you're not feeling abandoned.
It's an interesting choice of words coming from you.
Patricia's spending so much time with your cook. A little odd, don't you think?
Patricia feels that Sissy needs her.
But she's just an employee. And they haven't known each other that long.
Well, Karen, that's one of the things that I admire about Patricia. Her unselfishness.
I can see why. It's almost as if they were old friends or family. Does Patricia have any family?
None that I know of.
So she's all alone.
I think she said she had a brother once. His name was, Harry. But he died.
Really?
Really.
How sad. Mrs. Cronin, the only daughter of late tobacco millionaire Douglas Carlyle, has been charged in the shooting death of Harry Blake, alleged to have been both a mobster and Mrs. Cronin's lover. Could Harry Blake and Patricia Meadows' brother Harry be one and the same? Could Patricia have killed Faith Cronin to avenge her brother's death? Framed Faith's husband for the murder, possibly with help from Faith's prison cellmate, and now both remain at the scene of the crime? What is it, Patricia? What is the connection between you and Faith?
Finally, another guest. I better get behind the front desk.
Great, another guest.
Weren't you two about ready to go for a walk? Go on, I'll handle it.
Are you sure?
Mrs. Meadows says we all got to be more self-sufficient. Besides, that's the least I can do for everything you've done for Ricky.
Thanks.
Thanks. Hi, come on in. How's it going?
Good evening.
Welcome to Cedar Lake Inn. I presume you'd like a room tonight?
You bet. Decided I need a little peace and quiet tonight.
Well, you came to the right place, more or less.
Crystal?
Yes?
What in the hell are you doing out here? You remember me, Pete Murphy.
I'm sorry, I don't.
You ought to. I mean, you got enough of my money. Every business trip I ever had in the city, I'd see you.
Except the last time I couldn't find you. So, you're working out here now.
Listen, Pete, I'm not in that business anymore, okay? I'm a waitress.
Waitress?
Totally legit.
Oh, come on. Well, you're wasting your talent, sweetheart. Listen, I still got the same old expense account. I can make it worth your while to take off your little waitress uniform.
Sorry, Pete, I can't do that.
So I'll take it off for you. Look, it's gonna be a long, lonely night otherwise.
You said you wanted a little peace and quiet.
Why don't you just knock off the waitress crap? You don't have to play games with me. You know I'm not Vice Squad.
Let go of me.
Look, just name your price and you've got it. Come on, you can't be getting much business working this in.
I'm gonna be nice about this 2 more seconds, and then I'm gonna
Get your hands off her.
Man, they are getting younger and younger. This your pimp now?
Pimp?
Well, you got yourself a pretty little stable out here, little man. But this gal here will always be my favorite. What's the price?
For what?
Crystal here.
She's not for sale. Now get your hands
What's
off.
the deal? You two playing hard to get to drive up the price? Fine, it's not out of my pocket. Besides, Crystal's worth every penny. You stupid punk, I ought to sue you.
Get the hell out of here.
What is your problem, little man?
You stay away from the lady. You got it. She's not a whore.
Of course she is, Junior. Wake up. So the little man's not your pimp. Who is he?
This is all a big misunderstanding.
That's the way you want to play it, honey. Fine, I'm out of here. Just lucky you got a lousy swing, pal.
You know that guy, Mom?
Honey, like I said, it's all a big misunderstanding.
Don't tell me it was a misunderstanding. Not this time, Crystal. Tell me he was lying.
Honey, I just...
And don't you lie to me either. Tell me he was wrong. Tell me. Tell me!
I can't lie to you.